Okay, so hello. My name is Reto Trinkler, and I'm going to talk a bit about Agora.Trade. So Agora.Trade is a non-custodial cross-chain cryptocurrency exchange, and my talk in a lot of ways builds upon what Mark just said. So overview, what is Agora.Trade? I'm going to rush a bit through it because time is limited. Problem we are solving, how does it work, a short demo, a bit information for market makers, and future directions. So what is Agora.Trade? Agora.Trade is the first ever cross-chain non-custodial cryptocurrency exchange based on multi-signature time-locked contracts and hash time-locked contracts that allows for free make orders. So four crucial parts. So we build upon Image Wallet. So we use Image Wallet essentially as a custodian solution. So if you have a non-custodial exchange and you want to trade 10 assets, then in the old traditional way, you would need to have like 10 custody files or like 10 wallets, I guess. And Image Wallet really simplifies this for us. So you just need one wallet and can store all the currencies there. So we build it on top of IPFS. So you have really like a trusted execution environment, which is really crucial for any application that handles keys. It's open source, or going to be open source, and continuously evolving. So the problem we are solving. So the CEO of Binance said it very well. So he said, decentralized exchanges will give people more freedom as they don't have to hold their assets on the exchange. Adding, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's safer for you. It just means you have more control. So that's really what it's about. It's giving the user back control over their assets. That's really what a decentralized exchange is. So how does it work? So it's based upon BIP 199, which is hash time locked contract. So that's essentially a script that permits a designated party, the seller, to spend funds by disclosing the pre-image of a hash. It also permits a second party, the buyer, to spend the funds after a timeout is reached in a refund situation. So we use this. Then we use an optimized trading experience, which I'm going to touch upon next, and yeah, optimized custodian solution, which is the Image Wallet. So hash time locked contract works roughly like this. So there's off-chain negotiations. Then when the negotiations are finalized, the first party, let's call her Alice, deploys a channel or a HTLC. Then the second party deploys a second channel, which is another HTLC. Alice deployed the first channel using like a hashed secret. Bob uses that hashed secret without knowing the secret. Once the second channel is set up, Alice, since she knows the secret, can claim the funds of Bob. By doing so, she will reveal the secret to Bob, which means Bob can then claim Alice's deposits. So the way we optimize this is we still have off-chain negotiations, which are essentially like off-chain orders. But then when Alice wants to take an order, she immediately sets up the first channel and sends the encrypted resolve transaction to the server. So that means Alice is done right there. And then the application pings Bob to return to the application. Once Bob returned to the application, Bob sets up the second side of the swap, which then allows the server to inject the third transaction, and Bob can commit the fourth transaction to the network, meaning the swap is completed. So the implications of this is really that from the perspective of Alice, this is as simple as a centralized exchange. From the perspective of Bob, it still requires an additional step. So for this, we currently ping Bob using email, but we also integrated mobile push notifications. Then, as mentioned, we use custodian solutions, Image Wallet. The nice thing about the Image Wallet is, and like the the way to derive keys is that we have our own registered coin types, which is one above NIMIC. No pun intended. But this essentially allows us to, like, from the image wallet, we can generate dedicated private and public keys, which then allow us to, like, which we then use for server-client authentication. So this really means that the image wallet is also like your login to the server, or like to restricted server information. Then a short demo. So this is beta.agora.trade. What you can see here is this user creates an order. That order is then taken up. So let's call this user you see here Alice. Alice created an order. Bob took that order and set up the first side of the swap. Then the ball goes back to Alice. So here Alice waits a bit. But then Alice sets up the second side of the swap. Sends the encrypted resolved transaction to the server. And then we have to wait a bit till the transaction are mined. Oh, that was too fast. Yeah, so yeah, essentially you can see how the balance is transferred. Okay, so market makers. So this is a really cool application for market makers in a lot of ways. One is it's a decentralized exchange that allows for free make orders. So it's easy to update your trades. But with the Custodian solution, it's also really nice because, especially if you're interested in arbitrage trading, unless you're specifically trading, you still have custody over your assets. So you can have, like, if there are multiple Agora trades, arbitrage and especially reconciliation of your assets becomes almost trivial. So if you're interested in that, block.agora.trade, or the hosted API is at api.agora.trade. Then future directions, we're looking to integrate more assets. So currently we have NIMIC and Ethereum. We want to remove the biggest UX bottleneck, which is that Bob needs to return to the exchange to finalize the swap. For this, we're looking at Polkadot. Then, yeah, so we set up a Maltese entities, which we're gonna pursue, like getting a proper exchange license, and we're gonna do a Neufund DTO for it. Yeah, get in touch. So we have a Discord channel. You can see most of our code, not everything yet, on our GitHub. Follow us on Twitter. If you want to see a live demo, there is a NIMIC meetup. It's on Wednesday, which is a great blockchain. Yeah, and that was it from my side. Thanks very much.